a little bit of a congratulatory celebrations in a way for Nigeria. Not because they've done anything to find the girls in who were kidnapped by Boko Haram, but whenever there's good news, I like to say it. And Nigeria, by the end of next week, will be Ebola free. Now that is according to the Independent, who reported on the story. So Nigeria has not had any confirmed cases of Ebola since the 8th of September. And Ebola takes about 42 days to incubate and before it leaves the system. So by next week, Nigeria is set to be Ebola free. Now this was not easy, and it took a lot of hard work on behalf of the Nigerian government, but they saw what was happening to their neighbors and surprisingly, and I sadly say surprisingly, but surprisingly they actually got their stuff in order and they combated the epidemic as they should. So one of the important steps that they took was when a guy by the name of Patrick Sawyers, who is a Liberian American development consultant, he brought Ebola to Nigeria when he collapsed at the Lagos International Airport. Now, by the time he was diagnosed with Ebola, he had already infected the people on the plane, the people at the airport, the people at the hospital. Now, the Nigerian government was getting a lot of pressure from the government of Liberia saying, well, we want, he's a Liberian citizen, we want him to be able to leave on his own free will. And the Nigerian government said, bunk that. And you know what, that stance, it cost the lives of 4 people. 2 doctors, 1 nurse, and another person who worked in the medical facility, who it was her first day at work and she was 2 months pregnant, and she died. So 4 people out of the 8 who 4 people out of the 8 who died from Ebola came from that hospital that treated Mr. Sawyers. Now, another thing that they did was, besides quarantine him, they also had a presidential decree where that Goodluck Jonathan, I must be dyslexic, I always say his name backwards, but anyway, that Goodluck Jonathan put in place, and that decree enabled the government to track mobile phone numbers of people who they thought were suspected of having Ebola, reaching out to them and monitoring them, sometimes making them send a text message updating the status, their health status, twice a day, but definitely having the government having their eye on who was a potential threat and who was had the possibility of spreading the disease. That sense of efficiency, which doesn't really happen too often in West Africa, really proved its point, and now they can celebrate, fingers crossed, almost out of the woods, and they're going to be Ebola free next week. So congratulations to the governments and the people of Nigeria for combating this. Of course, it could always spill back over with new entrants into the country, but they've shown that they have the will, the fortitude, the insight to fight this disease, and congratulations is in order to them.